Hey guys, Disclaimer Magic here, and I just spent about 2 a.m. until 2:45 a.m. doing non-stop math on a spreadsheet because that's what happens when they make Crave cereal in little resealable bags. I think I know just as well as they know that that resealable zip thing, you might as well just not bother. FYI, fun fact, the chocolate does have caffeine in it. I'm going out catching Pokemon after this. I might even go do a workout at the gym, but before then, I ran the math on not just one set, but all of the sets in Standard because, well, I personally wanted to know which packs should I be selecting from which set as prizes at F&M because my LGS lets us pick. For real though, like we can pick Pokemon packs if we want. They're just like, hey, same MSRP basically, go for it. I did it one time just because I could. Well, let's go in order, and I mean by chronologically, not by value, although, well, it's not that far off, honestly. Now, instead of including, like, uncommons and foils, I am way too lazy. We did... Wait, who the hell's we? Seriously, I have no idea why I said that. I did the rare slot, times 36, that's it. So just mythic, half prevalence, rare, full prevalence, straight average. Oh, and then multiplied it by 36. So this isn't the true box EV, but it kind of is. And let me just say that all 7 of the sets have a boatload of 25-cent cards in them. I mean, almost no matter what you open, you are almost definitely going to get just bombed out. So that said, Battle for Zendikar comes in at a whopping $38.28. So we all know it's been in the upper 30s for like an actual more calculated box EV, including foils and all that crap. So yeah, absolutely no surprise there whatsoever. Now, the box EV probably is like 40 something because you have like, what, a 21% chance of pulling a rare, foil, or mythic. And then within that, there's like a 25% chance of having it not be worth absolute crap. Actually, honestly, I think that would add like $1. So yeah, these numbers are pretty accurate. So I wouldn't go picking BFZ. Would I pick a pack based on, oh, it's going to cycle out in, what, 21 weeks or 18, 14 weeks, something like that? I don't even know. It's a long time. Like, no, I would not take that heavily into consideration. I would go with card prices, tradability, whatever. Even just like standard deviation or number of cards above $4 or something, whatever you want to base it on. Or you can just base it on these numbers, because that's why I did the math. So, Oath of the Gatewatch is at a surprising $50.41, but the top mythic is 15. Didn't think to write down what it was, and then the 200 are 650 and 650. That ain't bad. In fact, most of the mythics, I mean, we're looking at 15, 650, 650, 550, 5, 4, 353, 279, and then a whole bunch of crap. Well, the remaining 3 are all below $1. That's not bad. I mean, OGW had some hardcore mythics, like no joke. Plus, the rares are 656, 4, 353, 22, 151, and then on down. That's not bad. So that does contribute to it. I just don't think a whole lot of people are playing a whole lot of cards, but a lot of the value in OGW is actually from modern capable cards, believe it or not. They're also in some kind of fringy side tier 2 decks in Standard. So $50 ain't bad. I mean, you might pull like a foil waste or something weird. You guys remember what was in there? It feels like a long time ago. It really also feels like those 2 sets should have cycled out already because they just came out so long ago. At this point, it had to have been like a year and a half. All right, let's move on to Shadows. We have got a grand total of $59.29. It's not really a grand total, it's an average. Whatever. So we're still miles below the MSRP, even the cost. I mean, this is not good. But, I don't know, there's some valuable stuff in there. I mean, top mythics are 15, 13, and 12. That drives it up quite a bit. Shadows had some damn good cards in it. The rares fall off a cliff pretty quick. I mean, it's 8, 550, 550, 550, 450, 350, 3, and then not much. So it's very hit or miss. It's a bit of a gamble, but it does equal $59.29 on average for the rare slot per box. So give or take, it started low, went up about $10, then went up about $10. So, I mean, it's almost like the age of the set almost exclusively sets the price. But from what I've seen and what I know, I think it's actually the, like, actual playability of the cards. So I think they were ramping up the power level too, because I mean, BFZ and OGW were kind of weak by themselves, and then the whole Shadows block was a lot more powerful, and then Kaladesh and Aether Revolt just crushed it. I think the future results might be a little bit surprising though. So Eldritch Moon, which everybody thought, okay, it died. I mean, what's even left in Eldritch Moon that's legal? Well, apparently a lot, because the top mythic is 35, under that is 16, under that is 10. Then you got 950, which I believe is Emrakul. I don't know why that is. I mean, I am using Card Kingdom's prices. They tend to hang on to high prices in older sets a little bit more than like eBay, but they're not that far off. I mean, honestly, half the time they're not even 10% above like eBay. So, I mean, the rares we got, $13, $6, 550, 353, and then they get below 3. So not a lot there. It's almost like, hey, hit a mythic, and then even within the mythic, you got about a 1 in 3 shot. But the total is $70.75. That's like an $11 jump up from the last one. I mean, these are going up, up, up here. Looks like Eldritch Moon is the best, but you gotta wonder about Kaladesh and Aether Revolt. So Kaladesh is interesting because you get your $25 mythic, your $21 mythic, $755, and nothing too impressive after that. The rares are just generally bad. 10, 7, 7, 650, 5, 350, 250 down. I mean, it's just blah. So very hit or miss, but overall worse than Eldritch Moon. That's right, 6157 rare slot EV times 36. So that is $9 worse than Eldritch Moon. The only question is, after the big cycle, when we lose Eldritch Moon, will the Kaladesh lands be worth more? And I think they will. Like, no joke, they would have to reprint Devotion verbatim to make the dual lands from Kaladesh not go up. They're very reasonable, they're very useful, people still play with them. I mean, they're not ideal, but when you've got a smaller pool of just 5 legal sets, guess what? Suddenly they're more sought after. So would I open Kaladesh over Eldritch Moon right now? I don't know. I mean, I would, at the very least, I would split it. If I got 2 packs, I'd go 1 each, for sure. They're really, really close. I'll just leave that up to you, because why the hell would I tell you what to do? You can do whatever the hell you want. So here's what nobody expects. Oh, Aether Revolt was the power level to the max. What the hell? Oh my gosh. 5786. So that's down about $4. Now here's the thing. I didn't include Fatal Push, though. And that has a pretty damn high prevalence. That might be enough to push it up really close to Kaladesh. But in Kaladesh, I also didn't put in the Aether Hub. So believe it or not, Kaladesh looks hotter. And the spread on Aether Revolt ain't that impressive either. Mythics are 16, 8, 453, and then less. I mean, that falls off a cliff quick. The rares are pretty bad too. $13, $8. By the way, 13 I believe is Walking Ballista. 13, 8, 6, 350, 279, boom down, and it hits 25 real quick. Now, it is a smaller set, so you might get a little bit more consistency, but you don't mathematically have a better shot at a mythic, so it's still kind of like, hey, win the lottery or don't. I would lean towards Kaladesh just for the lands. Or is Amonkhet a better choice? Well, believe it or not, and this, I did not see this coming at all. I thought Amonkhet had to be about $50 at this point, if not worse. 65.31. So since there's no way in hell I'm making these into a graphic at 3 a.m., BFZ $38 basically. OGW $50. Shadows over Innistrad $60. Eldritch Moon $70. Kaladesh $61. Aether Revolt $58, I guess we'll say. And Amonkhet $65.31. That's right, I added the cents on there for dramaticness. Also, I pretty much forgot what I was doing mid-sentence. Freaking 3 a.m. So Amonkhet by itself actually beats out Aether Revolt and Kaladesh, which it certainly doesn't in competitive play, but price-wise it actually does. I don't get it. I don't think that 3 months from now it'll have the staying power, not really, but maybe Hour of Devastation's pushing some of these cards up. It might be a little early for that. Spoilers are like still really coming out. I think we know of like 45 out of 184, 199, whatever. So yeah, I don't know. The other thing also that I didn't throw in obviously was the invocations. So yeah, those are kind of important. Remember, Shadows and EMN didn't have those, but EMN is 70, and as a rule, about 15% or less of a set's value is from the Masterpiece cards. So I wouldn't necessarily put like Aether Revolt above Eldritch Moon just because of the invocations. But if you want that shot at it where, you know, you won the pack at F&M, you get to choose, you don't have to pay for it, free lottery ticket, maybe. And of course the Kaladesh and Aether Revolt ones are typically worth more. I think Kaladesh is worth even more, and the set beats Aether Revolt by like $4. So yeah, I would probably pull Kaladesh right now. If you really wanted to gamble on Eldritch Moon, it's a better choice than Kaladesh, but Kaladesh had some lands, so it's a real toss-up. At least they're close. So it's like, if you really liked a set, or you're going for one card and you just want to kind of jokingly try to pull it because you're not going to, you know, go for it. Or if you just need some uncommons, nobody seems to have them, nobody puts them in their trade binder, the shop is out. Okay, shooting for an uncommon, that's a little bit more reasonable. I mean, if there's 90 unique uncommons and you get 3 in there, that's a 1 in 30 shot. Actually, God, there's usually like, with rares and mythics, that's about the same shot, actually. Yeah, don't go fishing for those. If you need commons, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, seriously. So, I don't know. I mean, I can't really think of any parameter other than money, or, I mean, you can't say, oh, I'm going to pull this one card. No, you're probably not. So then it comes down to, well, how long can they stay in standard? What's their probability to go up? Okay, I'm on Cat A3 Revolt and Kaladesh. So I would say my final choice, just barely, is Kaladesh. I would open Kaladesh for prize packs if you get to choose. That said, Amonkhet has the most immediate potential to go up because of -1/-1 counters, Super Embalm, Black Zombie Synergy, which, I mean, come on, that's pretty much gone up by now. You know, that kind of stuff. And it's a little bit harder to move the cards from anything from Eldritch Moon on back. Even on buy lists and stuff, people are starting to cut them. Yeah, dumb people are falling for the whole, oh, the sky is falling, it's going to cycle out in 13 weeks. Whatever, like, get over it. So I found the results surprising. Let me know if you thought they were as surprising as I did, because Amonkhet was garbage. Even on release day, even a week before release day, it was bad price-wise. Now, the design of the set, the fun, the draftability, the sealed potential, the how well it was designed, absolutely amazing, excellent set. Obviously, there are a couple exceptions. By the way, just realized that I forgot to take all the banned cards out of all these. But then again, Emrakul's worth $950. I don't know what the hell Marvel's worth. I'm sure it's up there somewhere. It actually never really got that high. I never understood that. I guess people knew it was going to be banned. Whatever, I don't think it throws it off that much, honestly. This would be real here. Plus, if you picked Kaladesh and you pulled one, you could burn it. So, I mean, I could see people reasonably picking Amonkhet. It is technically about $4 above Kaladesh right now, and it might go up a little bit, certain particular cards. Or is it already settled? Are people like, okay, Black Zombies, I get it. Maybe add some cards from Our. But the good news is they're all really close. It's not like one's worth 2-1 over the other, which does happen. I mean, that has happened if not triple. I mean, there have been some hot sets. Like when BFZ was first released, I think the box EV was like 178 on release day. That wasn't even taking into account the full art lands, which people were hoarding. But as soon as people over-opened them and sold off the expeditions and there was no buyers and all that, it went down the toilet. But still, like, if you didn't pick BFZ as your pack, you were a crazy person. So these days, if you got a preference, if you just like the artwork, if your LGS has a bunch of something in stock and you want to help them out getting rid of them, whatever, just choose whatever you want. But yeah, my final determination is I think I'd lean towards Kaladesh. Amonkhet would probably be my second choice because the lands are pretty cool. I think they're going to go up a little bit in the future, and cycling might kind of become a thing and shoot them up even higher. Also, they're easier to use with Hour of Devastation if you want to play with those mechanics. So take that into consideration too. But hopefully this video helped you determine which one to either buy if you want to like buy like a cool 3 for 10 deal or whatever your shop's running. Or if you get prizes at F&M and you get to pick. Also, if they pick for you and it's Amonkhet, don't feel crushed. It's the second highest one after Eldritch Moon. It probably is higher with the Masterpiece added, actually. So, yeah. So, I guess that's good news. Hopefully you guys find lots and lots of numbers and statistics and comparisons as awesome as I do. And I will see you guys next video. And yes, I took out the Planeswalker deck cards, the Mythics. I completely removed them from the spreadsheet. I know somebody's going to ask.